Hi everyone, my name's Rebecca. Welcome back to My Bookish Travels. Today I want to talk to you guys about my experience going and seeing Wicked the musical. I absolutely loved going to see this production, and I now understand why more people go and see it multiple times. It is well worth the price of admission. The production is so well done. I know they've been doing it for over 20 years. They have this down pat. This is an art form, and they are ready to make it happen. So for me, I definitely feel like if you have the opportunity to go and see Wicked, it's well worth the money. Go and see it. And unless you absolutely hate the storyline for Wicked, you're probably going to love this experience. I'm so thankful I had the opportunity to go and see it with my older sister and my mom. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be sharing any photos from the actual, going into the venue or while we were at the show. My sister is in all of those photos, and unlike my mom, she has not been exposed on my channel, and I just don't feel right showing those photos without her in them because she is such a crucial part of this story of why we went. And I just don't feel right cutting her out of those photos. I like them in their entirety, and I want this memory to stay as it should be. So what led me to go and see Wicked is I one day stumbled across the fact that Wicked was going to be performing in Toronto. My older sister has always wanted to see Wicked live, and I thought with it coming through in July, I could take her for her birthday. And I think the most stressful part of buying tickets was finding a day where there were good seats and where my sister was going to be off and I didn't have to use any vacation days to make it happen. And that was, once it was done and we got the tickets, it was great. It was smooth sailing from there, at least for the most part. So we went and saw Wicked, and my sister has loved this story since she was in high school, since it came out. My sister, when she graduated, there were two girls that actually sang the Defying Gravity song at her graduation. My sister dressed up as Alphaba one year for, oh, she's gonna hate me so much when I for sharing this with the web. She dressed up as Alphaba one year for Halloween, and she rocked the outfit, paint, nails, the black garb, the shoes, everything. It was so on point. My sister has always loved it, always wanted to see it, and finally this opportunity came about. Now, I'm not gonna deny the fact that if we ever end up in New York City, gonna go see it again, 100%. I loved it so much. But in Toronto, the entire thing was so well done. I have no regrets, nor do I feel like I saw something off Broadway. It still felt like a top-notch performance, and I loved it. So let's fast forward to my thoughts because I don't want to just keep gushing about all of this. I will tell you though, I wanted to match my sister's vibes for the production, and everybody said that we dressed more like Glinda than Alphaba. I think we were possibly the only ones who were dressed like Glinda colors. The only thing I have as a regret, I did have a green heart necklace and I was wearing a pink dress and I forgot to put the necklace on, and it would have been perfect because green goes very well with pink. But the production itself was so good because my older sister knew what was going to happen. She's loved this performance. She's loved this story for years. So she knew what was coming. My mom is familiar with Wizard of Oz, and I myself had certain things I was familiar with for the story. Not a lot, I'll be honest, but enough that I was able to, as the story progressed, be like, this, that. And then I was able to be like, I was right. But my mom found Act 1 to be a little bit slower. But again, there's a lot of buildup in the story. And then Act 2, she felt just went by so fast. I thought the acting was superb. If you sit closer up to the stage, the performers that we had, their expressions were so much clearer. And I know you're going to be like, you were sitting close. Obviously, they'd look clear. You don't understand. It's not that type of clear. My sister, I think, mentioned it no less than 3 times. When Glinda would smile at times, because we were closer, you could actually see her smile was more of a grimace. And I didn't clue into that as much. But after she mentioned it and I started thinking back, I was like, you know what? You are right. There was a difference between certain expressions that the characters did. I don't know if people further back could have seen it or not, but that's beside the point. I really enjoyed getting to feel all the emotions as I watched this story progress because there's so many different moving parts. It's not just about the Wicked Witch of the West. It's about friendship. It's about doing what's right, and maybe not everything you agree with in what happens in this story, but for the most part, I loved the flow and just the story arc itself. I have read a few synopsises of some key things in the books that are different to the play, and I don't know, I'm very, very leery about the idea even touching the books because I love the musical so much, and there's a number of things that they've done differently that I do prefer to what happened in the book arc series. So if you guys want to correct me and tell me that I should read the books still, I might take you up on that. I don't know if I would purchase them. It might be a library borrow, or it might have to be an audiobook even, because I don't know if I'm going to love it as much as I loved the musical. And that also leads me into some of my fears for the movie. So the movie is being done in 2 parts, and I don't know necessarily why, because again, if everybody is willing to sit through like a 2.5-hour theater, then a 2.5-hour movie should take us through the same story arc, just a little bit more pizzazz in the way of it being in a movie. But I'm very, very conflicted on how it's going to go with them making it in 2 parts, because I'm concerned that they're going to take things from the book and put that into the movie as well. And I just don't know. I've got some ick feelings about the books right now, and that's just my own personal thoughts. I do want to tell you guys that the costumes were like on point though. The entire performance, I would love to get in touch with somebody who did the costume design, and I would like to place an order, because there are multiple pieces of clothes, footwear, hats, gloves, bags, whatnot that I would wear in my everyday life. And I can, because I can pull off some very bizarre things, and that's okay. It's like part of my personality. It works. But I loved the outfits. I loved that at the Shiz University, I love that every single person has the same color uniform, or they've got like the same like design for like the plaid or whatnot. But they all are unique. Not one item is the same as another person on that stage. Every single outfit is completely different to the other ones on the stage, even if it's the cut, the actual way it sits on the person, or even if it's like the top is, you know, a solid and the bottom is a little bit of a pattern, or vice versa. Every single piece is different, and I loved it so much. It warmed my heart to see the uniforms and to see all the outfits even throughout the entire performance. Just superb, on point. And I understand why this performance has been on for so long, because it is amazing. It is so well done, and it is worth the money. I have no regrets on what I paid for my tickets. I know that here in Canada, we do pay sometimes more than in the States, but I also know that with it being considered off-Broadway, our tickets probably weren't as expensive as something on Broadway. So before I finish this video, though, I do want to do a little bit of a show and tell, because I did pick up some things from the Oz Emporium. I feel like you can't go to see Wicked without leaving with something. So I'm just going to quickly show you guys. Starting off, the one thing you don't have to pay for when you go in is your program. You do get it. And I believe it's either written in here or I read it somewhere else. But if the performance has any changes, like somebody's backup is performing as that main character role, then they would announce it at the start of the performance. There were no announcements whatsoever. So I know that everybody listed in this program played their part. And I don't know how other people feel about that. It made me really excited because, again, first time going to see Wicked was really special. Moving on, I knew that I wanted to buy pins because they had some. So I picked up this one, which says Defy Gravity. And I really love it so much. I can't wait to wear it out and just kind of see who spots it and talks to me, because I feel like that's the one thing. You either like you instantly hone in on what other people wear or have showing on their body, their person, that represents like who they are. And if you spot someone with something similar, be it a book, be it, you know, a sticker or a t-shirt, whatever, if you have the same interest, it's like an instant connection. You're just like, I like you already. The other one that I got is this special edition. It is the Wicked pin, which has Elphaba, the Wicked Witch, attached to it, but it also has the 20. So I don't know how long they will be selling these, but I will tell you that I knew I had to pick this one up. They also had the plain, just the straight Wicked, but I figured since I'm going during a time when they are selling anniversary things, I should probably pick up the anniversary ones. I also picked up this. They had it listed as the playbill. This one is the 20th anniversary one, and it carries in it a lot of really key pieces of information. Beautiful, beautiful work. Expensive, but so worth it. And also what I really liked is right in this front cover, you know who he is. They have this extra like little book, little playbill. And this is, again, all of the people that acted in the production we watched. And I love this little added bonus inside of this book. It just kind of really made it special, and it felt like what we were watching was still connected. because so many times you go and you see something and you'll pick something up and it's very generic to either like the main performance being done on Broadway or the main performance at a different location not connected to where you are, and it just kind of loses a little bit of that oomph. And it didn't. It really resonated that it was like, you guys are important, this location is important, the people that are producing and acting and working in the crew on this production are important, and we want to really showcase them. And I just really liked that aspect for this performance. Last but not least, I obviously needed to hold my things and stuff. It had 110% no connection with the fact that they were giving me a discount, so obviously I needed to buy it. But I got the reusable bag with the Wicked design on it because here in Canada we all need 101 of these bags, and I feel pretty boss walking around with this, especially when I go into the library and pick up a hold from the library. It's a pretty nice feeling. So that is everything. This has been a long video. I don't know if any of you stuck around this long, but I wanted to kind of share my experience because I feel like musicals, I think my YouTube algorithm does not think I like musicals, so it doesn't showcase any videos where people talk about them. So I thought I would sit down and share it with you guys because I know that there has to be more people that have talked about this and ranted and raved and, you know, coerced people to go with them. Honestly, it's a great experience, and if you can't find someone to go with you and you're nervous about going alone, dress up, have some fun, and just go on your own if you can, and enjoy it because it is well worth it, and take the opportunity when you can. I'm so glad we went this year. It was meant to be. And yeah, that's everything. So until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you then. Bye.